Okay, let's get this going. Brazil is an amazing country with an amazing psychedelic trance culture. In my opinion, one of the best in the world. And I was lucky enough to getting invited there for a couple of times. I played on some of the biggest festivals there actually. Universo Parallelo, then one festival called Maya, which I think had a bit of controversy around it. And one other that was called Ritual Anakai. 3 really good events that I'm proud that I have been a part of it. Why do I make this video? I think that there is not enough exchange in between Europe and Brazil. And Europe, to be honest with you, the psychedelic trance culture, in my opinion, that's just my opinion, is suffering. And this has many reasons. First of all, it happened in different times. Europe had a different time window than Brazil in terms of when did the psychedelic trance community pop up and when did social media start to destroy it. And in Brazil, actually, there is extremely a lot of social media use, but I think it's a great use of social media in many cases. Great stuff, what I can see. So from my experience, as I said, one of the best communities worldwide, one of the biggest in scale, one of the most organized, one of the most professional, one of the ones that actually deliver a livable experience to the artist, where also the margin of respect from fans towards artists is correct and everything. And this is only from my perspective. I am not from Brazil, so I'm sure there is a lot of conflicts there as well, but not to the degree as it is here in Europe. Here in Europe, it became really destructive during the last years. And I'm trying to find ways of remedying that because after all, it's our community. We decide what to do with it. And so I am proposing something like, wouldn't it be cool if there would be an organ, some kind of organization of some sort, where people from Brazil from the Psytrance culture and people from Europe from the Psytrance culture come together to foster cross-cultural collaboration, basically. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my very first experience. That was Universo Parallelo. Universo Parallelo is incredibly big and incredibly diverse and incredibly hot also. I came there a bit unprepared because I thought like jungle kind of situation. In that time I was playing a lot, I was booked a lot, and I just thought, I'm gonna do it somehow. I don't know. I was never really organized. In many cases during my craziest year of playing this music all over the world, I only knew the day when I had a plane. That was it. I knew I had to be at an airport at this and that time. I arrived there and oh my God, it was impressive. I was very impressed by the size and by the heat, as I said. The sun is like a laser. It's immediately burning you. And back then it was not in the same stage as it was today. Festivals go through a lot of different iterations and evolve the same as everything else and change. So I think nowadays probably Universo Parallelo is something different. Maybe different people are involved. For sure different people are involved. But yeah, I did this video to tell you how much I love this culture there and what I have seen on some of the events, the energy of the crowd. I never saw that in Germany. Germany, by the way, doesn't have any meaningful festivals anymore. It's pretty much Antares, and I don't know if you can say Antares is striving. There is great festivals in Europe, don't get me wrong. We have great festivals, Boom, Zora, Modem, 3 of them, for example, that I would recommend probably, although Modem, I haven't been there myself yet, but from what I've heard and what I've seen, it's really good. It's not that there is nothing in Europe, there is plenty in Europe. In my country though, not a lot. And the biggest problem of all problems here is the bickering, the infighting, the artist character assassination, the hate that is in between the different camps of artists, labels and so forth. I remember a time when this was all under one umbrella. And that is not anymore the case. It's not only from my perspective. unfortunately, the results of the digital drugs that we were consuming, i.e. Facebook, Instagram, mostly. Also, the Psytrance scene in Germany is thoroughly stuck on Facebook. And Facebook is a dead platform with more dead people on it than living, of course. And a lot of crazy boomers. A couple of days ago, I had a 45-year-old German man coming to my page and leaving a really, really hateful, mean-spirited comment. And I know I shouldn't even, put attention to that. But that was shocking because I quickly looked at his profile. He was a family dad. And I thought, oh my God, this is the state, or this is some reflection of our community, is very hate-filled. And that, of course, doesn't count for everything. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this unscripted, completely unscripted video of mine, where I also try out this setup, black background and everything. Let me know if you enjoyed it. I want to stay in touch with you, to stay in this community that I love and do as much great things that I can. Share this video, like this video, and please don't be shy to talk. Probably you also have thoughts about this. If you have thoughts about it, why don't you share it? I know I'm one of the only people in the whole psychedelic community in Europe which is able to open their mouth. Another thing which Brazilians seem to excel in comparison to us. We are afraid to open our mouth because also of all the hate and so forth. If somebody like me is opening his mouth to talk, to make the air vibrate, and, use language to transmit information, then often this is, not welcomed, but it is attacked in many cases. And I find that really sad. So if you're not one of those hateful people, then show your love and your support by all the things that I did. I'm spending so much time. I dedicated my life to this culture. I say that again and again. I guess it's boring, but as a merely a fact, I dedicated my life, worked 20 years hard on this culture. So every time when I see this culture suffering, then I myself am suffering. And I truly believe in that we are one. This thing means that if hurts one, hurts all. Don't forget that. Remember that we are all one. There is, merely an illusionary separation in between us. So be kind to each other and respect the people that are working so hard to facilitate this hedonistic form of music and culture. I love you and I see you guys hopefully very soon. With that said, may your path be trodden in wisdom, and bye bye.